with number eight, it's sort of one of the more controversial ones, and that sometimes you need to understand that 100% matches are not always perfect, and it does depend on the systems and the tools that you're using, right? So I always have in my head that a 100% match are translation memory suggestions, and it's important to always have that in the back of your head. Now there are different ways to handle translation, 100% matches, right? You can reuse them exactly as they are. Yeah, they're 100% matches. That's it. And we take them. You can consider them as a fuzzy match, and you say, well, we might need to check a few of them, or you can reject them entirely and say we're not using them. Now, why would you do some things like that? Well, sometimes, as a translation agency, we have to look at where are the 100% matches coming from. Um, Now, within Star, we actually have different types of 100% matches, and we have different ways of looking at them. Sometimes you might be getting a fuzzy match from some previous translation that somebody did many years ago from another company that they gave you. Sometimes the translation is good, and sometimes it isn't. So there are ways. Sometimes it's not appropriate to always take 100% matches, right? And this can be an issue for translators because. Some agencies pay you to proofread them and others don't. We don't for a lot of them, right? Because we're able to identify the ones that might be that might require translation and the ones that don't, right? And different tools within the industry handle 100% matches slightly differently. So just because one tool gives you a 100% match and another tool gives you a 100% match doesn't mean they're the same. You can even get different word counts in different tools as well, but that's a story for another day, right? But it is important to remember that as we've mentioned previously, translation is not always one to one. The context is also very important, and it's the context that actually tells you whether the 100% match is perfect or not. So that, again, something to take into consideration during your own translations.